Hi, I'm Lauren, and this is the Cute Cook in the Kitchen, the Valentine's episode. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how to make some things that are going to be both light and filling and delicious. First thing we're going to make is we're going to make some sweetheart shrimp. We're going to make some don't bake my heart, my achy breaky heart potatoes. We're going to also make some artichokes, and for dessert we're gonna make grown-up pudding cups. So we're gonna get started right about now. First thing we need to do is we have our little spoons for our desserts, and we're gonna put them in the freezer. Don't worry, I promise it'll make sense in a little bit, excuse me. Now we're gonna get started on the sweetheart shrimp. Sweetheart shrimp are basically going to be shrimp that we're gonna do on skewers. So when you're cooking with skewers, the first thing you need to do is you need to soak them in some water. Make sure it'd have been nice if I had these ready, right? You're gonna soak them in some water so that when you put them on the grill, they don't get too charred because you don't want them to start to taint the flavor of your food. I am going to show you guys how to make the perfect bacon because I'm just full of cute cook tips today. When you're making bacon, the best way to do it so that it gets the most grease out and so that it tastes absolutely crispy, because who wants soggy bacon, is to do it on a cookie sheet and put it in the oven. All right, you're just gonna lay it on here as neatly as you can. It's okay if you scrunch it up because bacon shrinks when you cook it. My bacon aficionados out there should know this. All right, now I'm going to wash my hands because several of you wrote in and said, we didn't see you washing your hands when you did the chicken. Well, you know, it is only a 6 to 8 to 10 minute video, so I want to make sure that you know that I wash my hands when I handle meat. And there is a joke in there I'm sure somebody's gonna make. All right, so I'm gonna put this bacon in the oven. I have my oven preheating. It's on 375, so in it goes. I don't really have a set amount of time that I say to put it in. Basically, I use a smell test, but it's probably gonna be about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, for the baked potatoes, there are 2 ways that people can do baked potatoes: the slow and painstaking way, or they can do it the super fast way. And I owe this super fast tip that I got to my grandmother. Basically what you do is you take your potato, do not stab your hand. It's not supposed to be like Psycho in the shower scene. And you're just gonna poke a few holes in your potato with your fork. Spread it out. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and poke these. And what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna put them in the microwave for about 8 minutes. You wanna space them out evenly so they have room to sweat and whistle, and they're gonna do all of that. Don't be alarmed. All right, now my artichokes. People are really intimidated about cooking artichokes, and they're very easy to do. I saw these and they are so cute. So I'm gonna make a bouquet of artichokes for somebody for Valentine's Day. Aww. I got these at the regular grocery store. It's not some boutique kind of item that you have to go somewhere and find. You can get them at the regular store. So the first thing we're gonna do is, using our knife, and you're gonna move your finger so you don't cut yourself, we're gonna cut the base off of the artichoke because you wanna be able to let it stand up like that. These baby artichokes are not as tough as the bigger ones, but when you get bigger artichokes, a lot of times they have these little spikes on the side. So I've got my trusty kitchen shears, and you're just gonna cut those little spikes down. For my artichoke boil, I've got some olive oil, some salt, some pepper, and some garlic. Now, usually I just use the minced garlic that you can buy in the jar, but today I'm gonna try and be a big girl and show you guys how to chop up garlic and everything else. Oh, that was cute. All right, so I'm just gonna chop this garlic up roughly because I just want it in the water. It's not like it needs to be really pretty or anything. So now that I've got my garlic chopped, I'm going to let that sit in the water. I'm going to put a teaspoon, see my little sweetheart teaspoons, of salt and about a teaspoon of pepper. And let's go for the gusto. Let's do about a tablespoon of olive oil. So that's going. All right, so once the water comes to a bubble, which it's doing right now very nicely, I'm gonna let the olive oil mix in a little bit better. Now I'm just gonna arrange my artichokes in the water and cover them. That's gonna take a little while. That's probably the longest part of this whole meal that you're gonna be cooking today. Oh, another cute cook tip: good cooks always clean up as they go along. You don't leave a mess for the next person who's coming into the kitchen. So let me do that. This you could probably speed up. So I'm gonna make my sauce for my shrimp. I'm gonna put about ½ a cup of honey. You can use whatever type of honey it is you like. Something I totally forgot to mention, the reason we have this menu that we have today is because everything that we're cooking with is an aphrodisiac. Ha ha! That is a very important detail. Now, instead of using regular salt, I'm going to use soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. To the glaze that I'm making for my shrimp, I'm also going to add some red pepper flakes. I like my food spicy, so I just kind of eyeball it, but if I had to give you an amount, I'd say probably about a teaspoon would be good. And I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame seeds because we're gonna give it a kind of Asian feel. We're gonna stir this up. You wanna try and make sure you mix the honey in well with the other ingredients because the honey's kind of sitting on the bottom of the pan here. I don't know if you see that. And this is gonna serve as our glaze once we start really getting our shrimp going on the grill. I'm just gonna add a pinch of ginger to this just to give it a little bit more kick because like I said, everything we're using today, other than the sesame seeds, are aphrodisiac foods.